friends. Welcome.
Sorry.
I'm just laughing, just hanging out with Miss Kyle over here. And well, how are we doing? Happy Monday, everyone.
Yay.
Monday.
Okay.
Monday. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. I hope you're singing along with us. I was laughing in all the good ways because I saw that many of you were like, yay, we have music.
That's one good thing today. We're starting off right.
I got rhythm.
Did you want me to dance?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right, friends, welcome. Good afternoon, Annette.
If they
Hi,
can
Miss
only
Jeanette.
see the cameraman's faces, they're all like, oh
They're
my
like,
goodness.
oh, geez. Chris is going to, seriously, you're going to break out into song again?
Again.
Wow. Well, Kyle, how was your weekend?
It was wonderful.
Yeah? Did you have a good Father's Day?
I did. We did. Yes, I was very nice to my husband for one day.
One day you did it. I'm so proud of you.
I did it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. We, got together, had a little barbecue. It was
That's
great
what we
fun.
did.
Yeah.
We had really a lot of fun.
So I guess that's the thing you do, on Father's Day.
Absolutely. And I took my grandkids on the UTV. My goodness, I told them they could not go more than 10 miles an hour.
What? Why?
Because I'm a fraidy cat. I'm a grandma. I like slow, but they like to push it.
Oh, I'm sure they did. And probably they get a rise from you screaming and yelling.
Absolutely,
and
they loved it.
All the things, yeah. But you also got an owie.
I did. Look at that. It hurts
Been
so
talking
bad.
about the owie today.
I was mowing the lawn because I'm a good wife.
You were doing that for Reed? That was really thoughtful of you.
Kind of. He was weed eating.
He was weed eating.
Yeah.
You were doing that.
And
the
the branch grabbed me.
The branch just came after you like
did.
nobody's business.
And he cut it down.
Who, Reed?
Reed did.
He was a hero.
Yeah, chainsaw.
Wow. Whoa. Well,
You ever tried to run a chainsaw?
They're scary. No way.
No. And they never run for more than 2 minutes.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, it's fun to see you all here. Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a nice weekend as well. We're excited for a brand new start to Three Things at 3. So let's go ahead and begin. You're watching Three Things at 3, where theme number 1 is something to smile about, theme number 2 is something to learn, and theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. All right, here we go. You ready for this, Kyle?
Yep, I got my fingers crossed.
Okay, so here's the question for you, Kyle.
Oh dear.
Here's the $1 million question.
No, I did not.
Yeah, for sure. No. What, and this is a question for everyone. What does quilting and gardening have in common? I want to hear your answers in the comments. Let us know. What does quilting and gardening have in common? What would you say, Kyle?
It brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah?
But it also makes me crazy. Can you believe that?
I can't imagine.
But let me tell you.
Okay.
I learned so much from that segment we did with Anderson's.
Which we're going to see here in just a moment.
Yeah.
Are your flowers, have they never been more beautiful?
They haven't. They're so green. My leaves are green.
Nice.
Green. Yes.
Nice. Okay,
so that guy knows
let's see.
his stuff.
Oh, MJ, good answer. She says you make rose.
Yeah,
there
flowers.
you go. Both have calming effects. Love that.
Both are frustrated.
Both can be frustrating. How about you unpick seams, you pick
Pull
out
out.
weeds?
Yes.
That's kind of what I was thinking when it came to gardening and that.
Do you know what I did this year?
Stress-free time, Jennifer says.
Liar. Liar. I planted all kinds of seeds, and now we have to be patient and not pull out.
Exactly. Well, that's what someone on YouTube just said, is time and patience.
Oh,
is what you
boy.
need. And that's the same thing with gardening and quilting, for sure. Beautiful colors, Vicki said.
And it's
working
creative.
with your hands.
Creative.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Let's see, there's a garden in my yard. I love yards of fabric, Jan said. Okay, these are great answers.
They are. They're all
These
true.
are really great answers. Well, friends, I think you're going to really look forward to something this week, because this week our theme is all about quilting and gardening. Kind of interesting take,
is.
right? But we're trying to do things a little different now. And every day this week, we're going to have some kind of garden-themed project for you, which Kyle and I have today.
Yes.
A really fun
Yes.
one. And also, you're going to hear from a local expert.
My goodness,
Right?
he really is.
Yep.
I was hanging on every word he was saying.
Same.
And Reed and I are going to take some classes this year.
Nice. Well, you know what? Knowledge is power.
Yes.
And Kyle and I recently just took a little field trip over to a place in town called Anderson Seed. And there we got to visit with the owner, Mark Anderson. And he is filled with a plethora of knowledge.
We couldn't stump him on anything.
We couldn't. Like, we were trying all the things, and no, he just had answers for everything. And I think that you will really look forward to hearing from him. I hope you do, because there's a lot to learn. And so we're going to start off as part of theme number 1 today, to make you smile. We're going to share with you a short little segment of our interview with Mark. And then all throughout this week, you'll get continuing interviews with Mark, in addition to the projects at the sewing machine. So kind of combining them both. Why not? So let's go ahead and hear from our visit with Anderson. Hey everyone, it's Kris and Kyle, and we're on a little field trip today.
So much fun.
Oh my goodness. This is Mark Anderson. He is the owner of Anderson Seed and Garden here in Logan, Utah. And Mark, how long have you had this business?
So my grandmother started the store in 1942. So it wasn't my grandfather.
Yeah, that's older than me.
Yeah. Wasn't my grandfather, it was my grandmother. She used to work at the Cache Valley Commission, which was down by pretty much where the rec center is now.
Okay.
And when they closed up in the 40s, she bought all their equipment and decided, I'm going to go out on my own. I'm going to start my own business.
In
And
the 40s?
in the 40s,
A
yeah.
woman started that.
So this is like right in the middle of World War II. She started her own business. And so she brought all that equipment, leased 500 square feet here in the same location where we're at right now. So same location, 500 square feet, started her business. She was kind of like a broker for farmers. She'd go out and find things that they needed and would make the transactions for them. And then gradually her business got bigger and bigger and bigger. And she ended up acquiring more property. And so the footprint of the store now is pretty much what Grandma kind of envisioned when she started.
That's
but
amazing.
My wife and I took over in 1999, and we've built the greenhouses and added the nursery area and just expanded everything.
They are beautiful.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, especially this time of year, and it's just going to get better and better throughout the summer, right?
It's so much work to like bring all these plants in and keep them looking good.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so rewarding when people come in and they're just like, "Oh, your plants look so nice. Thank you for having all this beautiful stuff and these great tomatoes." And it's very satisfying for us. We're constantly helping people with whatever disasters they're working with, whether that's dead plants or grasshoppers.
Oh, the
plague
grasshoppers.
plague and pestilence works great for us here at Anderson. So
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's the one thing plants need?
one thing that plants, there's actually 5 things that plants need.
Just one.
Love.
Chris,
Oh, love.
Yeah.
that's
All you need is
Yeah.
love. Love entails
I'd
5 things.
I'd say there's actually 5 things that plants need. So they need light, they need water, they need fertilizer, and they need soil to perform.
Okay.
Like to thrive, they need love as well too. So it's like that's the key ingredient, because what you input is what they give back. So every plant, every plant that you plant has a purpose.
Yeah.
All right. So every time you're planting something, there's a purpose for it, whether it's I want fruit off of it, or I want flowers, I want it to be beautiful, or I need shade from a tree, or I want that shrub over here to block my neighbor's derelict cars in their backyard. You know, it's like, I mean, so there's a purpose for every single plant, but they won't always give us what we want if we don't give them what they need.
Oh boy, I got that. That's I'm gonna have to write that one down later.
So it's how we utilize those 4 things, how we improve their soil, how we get them the right amount of water, not too much, not too little, how we feed them, and then of course they need the sun to thrive as well too. So it's important that we give those plants what they need in the correct proportions, and then they will give us what we
I was
want.
gonna say, is it that easy?
It takes a little bit of effort.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it takes some
what I
effort.
thought.
Yeah.
That means
But
water.
but when you
I have to water them
but when
every
you
day?
love something, doesn't that take effort to make
yes,
that relationship
some
work?
days.
So I mean,
Some
so
days.
the analogy kind of works, because it's kind of like fostering relationships with people. We're fostering relationships with our
thought of it
plants.
this way.
Yeah. So
Okay, I'll be nicer to them.
be nice to your plants. Yeah.
Treat them well. Okay, that's great. All right, so we're a quilt shop, obviously.
Yes.
You're a seed and garden shop.
Perfect fit. Yeah. It's perfect fit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do the two have in common?
Quilting, my mother quilted for as long as I can remember. I remember growing up underneath the quilt frames.
Everybody always talks about that.
Yeah, like we'd play underneath the quilt frames, and so my mom absolutely loved to quilt, but she loved to garden as well too. And so there's just something about bringing those pieces of the garden together, and not making a patchwork, but you're creating a design with your flowers instead of with fabric. And so there are some direct correlations, whether it's vegetables. And if you come and look at my vegetable garden, it looks like a big quilt when it's all done.
I want to go.
Because of like all the patterns and the things that go together. And so you can do the same thing with flower beds as well too. So there's a lot of design elements in gardening and in landscaping that maybe people don't realize, that kind of correlate to other artistic projects, kind of like quilting.
True.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
there's
it's like a masterpiece. And what I always like to think of when I think of quilting or creating anything, whether it's a garden or a flower garden, a vegetable garden, anything like that, quilting, there's something really special about taking something that once was nothing, really. I mean, you've got a seed, right?
Right.
You might look at that seed and go,
Yeah.
okay, it's a seed. Same with fabric. You look at a pretty piece of fabric, you go, it's fabric. But what's amazing is the process that you undergo in creating something that once was nothing into something incredibly beautiful.
And all the little pieces too. It's like it's all the little pieces that come together to make a much prettier, bigger picture. And that's really what we're doing with a garden. Again, whether it's a flower bed or whether it's a landscape around your house or whether it's a vegetable garden, we're taking all those little pieces and bringing them together to make a complete whole.
I love that. I love that.
Are there lots of rules on what you need to plant next to each other? I'm not into rules.
When it comes to gardening, there's 10 different ways to do the same thing, and most of them will all work. And so a lot of it has to do with kind of personal preference. I am not into the companion gardening like a lot of other people are. For me, I'm just like, those beans really don't care if they're right next to the tomatoes. They don't have any biases. They're not really racist or anything.
I like it.
So it's like, well, they just go wherever they go and the way that I want them. But there are gardeners that really like to do that. But for me, it's like all the plants have different needs and different wants. And so
they all need love too.
Yeah, that's where you have to figure out, what their needs are and then give them what they need, because if you're giving your corn the same fertilizer that you're giving your tomatoes, they will not produce as well.
Ooh, like
and so
individuals.
yeah, and so you've got to like use different fertilizers for different crops or for different plants, or a tree needs something completely different than what your marigolds need.
Okay.
And so that starts to become a little bit more complicated. That's what Anderson's is here for. So yeah. So then people come in, they're like, my trees aren't doing very well. What do I need to do? And then we help them. We give them some options. It's like, okay, you could, we need to fertilize, or we need to go after these bugs, and here are your options. And then they get to make an educated decision.
Okay, Mark, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we put a call out to all of you because we know so many of our audience are out there are quilters, but you also love to garden and you love to do all the things outside. And especially as we think about this summer, there's a lot of questions that are coming up in your mind, right? As to how do I do this? What do I do about this issue? Well, we've got some help for you.
Got the
today, my
expert.
friends, because we do have the expert in Mark Anderson. And we did a call out to you to ask what were your questions. We got some pretty good ones. So are you ready for round?
I'm ready. I'm ready. So bring it on. Bring it on.
Mark Anderson, let's do it. Oh my goodness, what do you all think?
That was
so
amazing.
fun.
It was fun. He
Oh
was
my
good.
goodness, isn't he amazing?
Yeah.
But you all have no idea just how much he knows until you continue to watch every day this week.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we will show you a new segment each day, dependent upon questions that you all asked.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
took the viewers' questions and we asked him for the answers, and he had them.
He did. And it went to everywhere.
It
wasn't
did.
just for Cache Valley.
No, not just for Utah. We definitely made sure that this was something that no matter where you lived, you're going to be able to get some information from. And like I mentioned in that little package, is that, we understand that quilters, so many of you also love to be outside and you love to garden. So why not combine our two loves, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I loved it.
So-
I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got to go.
Yeah, same here. And your plants have never been the same since.
Not going to be the same.
So pretty
I'll
cool.
take a picture and show you.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to see. All right, friends, we hope you enjoyed theme number 1. Now, Kyle and I are going to head over to theme number 2, where we have a fun little garden-themed project for you.
Yay.
Let's do it. Okay, here we are. Jane says, does he make house calls to Texas?
Oh.
If you can get a hold of that guy, I'm sure he would. He's not an easy one to catch, is
No,
he?
he was busy. I was like, oh, I'm tired.
Oh, wow, he is busy.
But he loves it.
We enjoyed it so much. So shout out to you, Mark, for taking the time to be with Kyle and I that day, because we really learned a lot, didn't we?
We did, and I felt so special being able to be there.
It was great fun. Great fun. All right, friends. Well, we wanted to kind of come up with a garden-themed project for today. And so Kyle has been working on some hand stitchery, which is a lot of fun. But don't you worry, we've got machine embroiderers taken care of as well.
Yep. There's more than one way to do this project.
Absolutely. So let's see. Let's take a look at what we're going to be making today.
Okay, those were all the ones.
So right here, we decided to make some little seed packets, what were to look like seed packets. So, and we did it for both sewing machine and hand embroidery.
Right.
Or machine embroidery.
Yeah.
Here
That
we
machine
go.
thing.
That's right. And we thought it would be fun that these would be like the perfect little giftable
This was
bag
a genius idea.
for being able to, you could even put like a little plant inside of it.
That'd be a great gift.
Yes, it would. And you could also put like gardening things in here or just little treats. I mean, what else could you do? Fabric? I mean, what do you all think? What would be some fun ideas of things that you could put in here? So we've got tomatoes and flowers, even little seed packets.
Kris came up with all these patterns.
Well, it was kind of fun to do. But
Yeah.
you've been stitching up a storm, my friend.
I did hand stitching.
Yeah.
And you did the embroidery.
So as you can see here, this is what was our base. And I love these little cinch sacks from Kimberbell, don't
It was
you?
the right size.
It was definitely the right size. And I love it that
And
it's
the
in
edges
canvas.
are all done.
Even better, right? So let me show you how you make the seed packet. And then we're going to look at some hand stitchery from Miss Kyle. So let me grab some scissors real quick, because there's only one thing we need right here.
Right.
All right, so let's take a look. So as you know, these little cinch sacks are from Kimberbell, and there's 2 that come in a package. And the idea is that you can, embellish, and then, like Kyle said, the side seams are open, and you stitch down and then go across, right? And
The
what
great thing
happens,
is that
yeah, go ahead.
it's already in there. It's got the channel. or
Exactly,
casing.
that little casing with the rope going through. So normally when we do this, it's sewn up, and then you pull on it, and it becomes like a drawstring.
It closes.
Yep. But this time, it's not going to do that, because
didn't
we're
want
going to
it
do
to.
something a little different here. So as I was looking at this, I thought, all right, let's make it look like a seed packet. So this is how it's done. All you
This
have
is
to
going to blow
do
your mind how easy.
is just cut right here in the middle.
Down
Okay.
to the
Just down
casing.
to the casing.
Don't
Yeah,
cut through the casing.
Definitely don't cut through the casing. And then, just like if you're wrapping a present, you're gonna fold this down at a 45-degree angle, and this one at a 45-degree angle, and then you bring it across, and what do you have? A seed packet,
At the top of the
right?
packet.
It looks like a seed packet. And so you're gonna, will you hold that for me, please? And you do the same thing on this side. Let's come over here. And again, you're just folding from the top left-hand corner down at a 45-degree angle, top right-hand corner down at a 45-degree angle, and then you just bring them over top. And now you have the
Your front and your
and
back.
Kind of
Nice.
cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
that's
we
easy.
just sew along here, right?
Exactly. So you could do a top stitch. Let's take a look at some of our samples here,
Yeah, sure.
because this one, I wanted to try different ways of closing this. I did a blanket stitch here. Kyle did this one, and I like this too because she used a thread that matched the
Yeah.
canvas, so you don't see that, and that's totally fine. This one, I chose a contrasting thread and just did a straight top stitch over that.
And Kris went the extra mile.
Why is that?
You got a button.
Oh, yes, that's right. I decided to add a button so that just like a seed packet that you would get, that
Right.
comes around and you wrap it with a little bit of twine or something.
So it can close.
This would be the same thing. So this one actually closes because I've got a button on both sides.
It's cute.
So
No
anyway.
buttonhole either.
So, and originally I should, yeah, exactly. Originally I should say I did it with actually creating the seed packets on the seed packet. But then I'm like, oh, you know what? It could be really cute if it was just by itself. So here's an example real quick. This is, the seed packet. But then I said, what if I got rid of the frame and this truly did become like a seed packet? And look, I think that's kind of cute.
Really cute. And I just noticed something, what you did. The extra mile again.
Okay.
You boxed out the corners.
I did box out the corners on this one.
Cute.
Yep. So kind of fun, and again, just a fun little gettable item. So Kyle, why don't you take us through the steps of how you did this? Because I think it's darling. So for
All
those
right.
of you
Let's see.
who love to hand embroider.
Okay, so I started out, here's the Kimberbell cinch bag. And I haven't done anything with it yet. I went to my design that I can download it to my computer. And then all I did was put this stitch,
You just print it.
what is it called?
Stick and
now?
stitch.
Stick and stitch, that's it. And you see this has got papery on the back. but it's got the dissolvable interfacing. Or
Yeah, it's
not-
like a wash away.
washable. So what you do is you're going to put this paper without the design into your printer. Now you have
Was
to
that a
remember.
little scary?
What's that?
Was that scary to do?
It was a little bit scary, but you've got to know which way your printer, does it feed it in straight or does it
and
go
every
around?
printer is going to be a little bit different, so
So
you want to
be-
make sure and check.
Be aware what
Yeah.
size it'll print on. But
Yeah.
you know what? This is me. I went, if it prints on the wrong side, I'm just going to put it in again and move it. So don't panic.
Yeah, there you go.
So all I did was put my paper into my printer,
Uh-huh.
because I'm like a genius.
Yes, you are.
And it printed off my design
Okay,
onto this paper.
So then this peels off.
It
Look how
does. Look
cool
at that.
is.
And you see
we
that?
go.
Look. And there's your design. And it's sticky.
I love that.
So then I took it,
okay,
decided where I want my design. I kind of measured.
sure.
And then you don't have to iron it, but look at how good it sticks. Try and get that off, Kris. It stays on there pretty
No,
good.
Yeah, that does
Stays
stay
on there good.
really
So
well.
this has been in a hoop for over a week.
Wow.
So it's done really
Clean
well.
Going, sure. So you, and again, you just stitch right through it, which I
Yeah.
think is awesome.
I'm just following the lines.
Yeah, I love, love, love this product. Again, it's called Stick and Stitch, and you can find it on our website. All right, Kyle, so here we're doing
The
a
stem
basic-
stitch?
Oh, you're doing a stem stitch.
Isn't that what that's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see, that's fancy.
I am
would've
fancy. Pinkies up.
Pinkies up, my friend. Because I would have probably just done a running stitch, but that stem stitch looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
a back
and
stitch.
I might have used a few more strands of thread.
Sure.
It all depends on how big your eye or your needle is. And then on the top of the carrot, I did a satin stitch.
I do like that.
I like
looks
the satin
nice
stitch.
long stitches for sure.
Yes.
I love that. And so, you're just
you
stitching
can
right
make it
through.
however you want. But we were going to demonstrate how to do some of these stitches.
Yeah. Let's do that. So
I have to show you this
ooh,
other
here's one that
Kimberbell.
Kyle did too.
Yep. I used quite a few pieces.
Wow.
And I stitched out in different ones.
You did a running stitch here. And you did a stem
Stem
stitch
stitch
along here.
and a back stitch.
Okay. So really, it just kind of depends on what you like.
Yeah.
Carol wants to know, does the needle gum up with the sticky stuff?
No,
You didn't
I haven't
feel
had
like it
any.
did?
No,
Good.
no problem at all. The only thing that hinders your needle is how many threads you have in it.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah,
I'm,
I didn't have
I'm
any problem.
assuming that, I don't know, if you want a heavier look, you're going to go with 6 strands.
You
but
could.
Most of this can just be done with 2 strands of embroidery floss, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want it to look delicate, I would do 2 strands.
Okay, let's take a look
Guess
at
what
which
this
project.
is?
That's a Kimberbell blank.
That's a Kimberbell blank, and it's
See, we
felt.
love those.
But the great thing about this, it
Yeah.
has lining. Look at how
Very
nice
nice.
my back looks.
Look at
I
that.
know, aren't you so impressed?
I am.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I've started this project a little while ago, and
This is going to be really pretty.
it's
Kyle.
really pretty. I've got 3 strands in here because I want my daisies to show up. If you have never done a daisy stitch, it's pretty darn easy.
Yeah,
I
we
pulled
call these lazy daisies.
lazy daisies. I pulled it up from the back. I've got a knot on the back of mine. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down in one spot, and I'm left-handed, so this gets wild.
Okay.
I'm going to come back close to that other one. I'm not going right on top of that other stitch that I come up.
Uh-huh.
Let me get to the right side of this. Okay. I have my thumb on this part,
Okay.
so I don't accidentally pull it all the way through.
Good idea.
My thread is a little bit long,
Okay.
and I'm just going to leave that kind of loose.
So you kind of have a really big loop.
A big loop, a lasso. Lasso.
lasso.
Lasso.
Okay.
Cowboy. I'm going to come back up where my petal is printed on, right there.
Right, the outside of that petal. Okay,
Right.
the far end.
And all I'm doing is pulling this up.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to pull that too hard. If I do, I can loosen it.
Sure.
Just put my needle underneath it, loosen it up.
Okay.
And then all I'm going to do is come right back on the other side of that daisy. and that helps it stay right where it is.
I love that. That is such a pretty way to do a loop because
Isn't that easy?
now you have a really nice curve to
Yes,
it.
yes.
Right?
And you're just going to go around the whole way. You're going to do the same thing
Let's do
again.
another one.
You want me to do another one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do one more
Are
daisy.
we able to get a little bit closer
Oh,
on this?
sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, I'm just
Okay.
going up close to where the
There we
pattern
go.
is. Okay. I'm going to make sure that thread is underneath my thumb so I don't pull it all the way through.
Okay.
I'm going to go on to the other side. I'm
But
leaving a
you're
little
just-
bit of an opening.
I was going to say, is there an opening?
I leave a little bit of an
Okay.
opening.
All right.
Some people don't, and I'm leaving my loop.
Can everyone see that she's got a loop here?
Yep.
Right underneath there. Okay.
And try not
very
to
nice.
twist it. I don't have it twisted at the bottom.
Okay.
So it's an open. It's like your horseshoe, open.
Yes, definitely.
Then I'm coming back to the top of my daisy, the very end of my daisy, my daisy petal, and I'm just going to pull that ever so slowly.
Ah, look at that.
And I'm just going down. Can you see that I've come
You're
up
just coming down
inside
to the other
loop,
side.
and now I'm coming up on the, or going down on the outside of
I
that.
love that.
And you can adjust it a little bit if you don't like the look,
Yeah.
because sometimes my daisies don't come out the way I want them.
Well, is any daisy perfect?
No.
Exactly. Just
No.
think about nature.
So then in the center, all that is a French knot. I
Okay.
did these up here, French knot.
How about you show us how to do a French
Okay,
knot?
I'll do one on this one since
Okay.
there's a French knot there. I just come up close to the circle.
Let's go right here.
Okay.
Okay, they're going to get up nice and close.
All right, then I'm going to take it in. I'm left-handed, so in your opposite hand, you're going to take, maybe you should show them. I'm going to come and I'm going to wrap this around my needle
You're doing great, Kyle.
2, 3 times.
Okay.
I'm going to go back down just a little ways away from where I came up. I'm keeping the tension on
Yeah,
the
you
one
wanna
part,
hold tight onto
the one
that.
thread,
Okay.
and go slowly. I'm keeping it, I keep my finger on that so I don't get a knot.
Yes.
And then you see me throw a fit.
We don't want that.
There's my French knot.
Okay, that's so
All you're doing is
fun.
wrapping your thread around
Would
your
it be
needle.
okay if we showed one more French knot?
Okay, yep.
I think
You know what?
Repetition's key.
I am so chill about everything that I'm just going to do one out here. Look
Why
at me.
not? Why
Yeah,
not?
I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
It's my
your
pattern.
project.
Okay, I'm going to hold that loosely. Don't tug at it. I'm loosely, and I'm going to take my needle. I'm going to go around from the back to the front to the back to the front. So I've wrapped it 3 times. I'm going to go back down close to that where I came
Not-
up.
Not through the same hole.
Not
just
through the
close to
same
it.
hole. I'm going to hold that just loosely,
Okay.
and I'm just going to bring it back on through.
Perfect. And
See
you don't
that?
want to pull too tight
No.
because you don't want it going through
You
your
don't want to
fabric. It needs
sink
to-
in.
It needs to rest up on top of your fabric,
You're
right?
doing this for dimensional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Susan asked, what is a stem stitch? Do you think
Stem
you could
stitch.
show us that?
Okay, I will. I'm going to
Okay.
still do it in the cream
yeah.
or this, whatever color this is. Oh, I keep going the wrong way. Hi, Chris. Get closer.
Hey, my friend.
Okay, stem stitch. Let's see
Yeah.
if I can remember.
Okay.
If I don't get it right, Chris, you help me, okay?
Okay, okay.
I'm just going to come up at the start of this stem right here. I'm just coming up,
Yeah.
and I move it out of my way so I can see where my line is.
Yeah.
I take a pretty good bite, go back down right on that line.
You're about maybe
Quarter of an inch.
Quarter of an inch.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bite out of yours. I keep my thread off to the side underneath my thumb so I don't get knots. I'm going to come back up halfway through that.
That line?
That's not quite. Yeah,
Kind of that space that you left, you're going to come up halfway there.
about halfway through.
Uh-huh.
And if it isn't, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm going to just pull it up slowly. And underneath, I've got my finger on my thread so I could tell if I'm getting a knot.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not getting a knot. So then I'm just going to pull that up. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take a pretty good sized bite. Ow.
You okay?
Yep, I just poked my finger.
Oh.
The the blood comes through, it'll be all right.
There you go.
Okay, I'm just pulling it, keeping it underneath my thumb, so my thread is out of the way, and that I don't pull it through too fast. Coming up in the middle again.
I think your stem stitching looks beautiful, Kyle.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There we go.
All right, and then I'm just going to pull that up, and look, it gives it a little bit thicker.
It does, and you actually can get some beautiful curves through stem stitching as well.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I've come to the end of that branch. I'm going to go back up through.
Again, it's just halfway
Yep,
in that
halfway.
space.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Okay.
And then I will end it right here.
Perfect.
And then I'll go onto the up and down one.
I love it.
So we did a daisy,
Yeah, we did a lazy daisy. We did a French knot.
and a stem stitch.
That's
and
awesome.
Then I took a class from this lady that used to come and teach for us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you get your satin stitches to look so nice and filled?
Yeah.
She taught me that you just go ahead and do it, and if you've got spaces, go back in and fill it in.
Sure.
Don't panic.
Right. Don't
And then a
panic.
lot of times she would do a little back stitch along the outside. That gives it another dimension.
Yes, oftentimes I see where people will do that, like they outline the area first, and then they go in and they do the satin
that in.
stitch and fill it in, and that works out really well.
Yes.
So I love that. Actually, Patty has a great question. Is stem stitching the same as chain stitching? And no, those are two different ones.
Chain is like a daisy stitch, but it's a little bit different.
Yes, very similar, but you have a loop, and then instead of just doing the little knot, like the little tie off, you actually skip another step and then keep going. So yeah.
Yeah, you're not going back down in that spot. You're going to make another chain and another chain.
Exactly. Jane's asking, what stitch did you use on the white flower?
That is also
Looks like a satin stitch.
Satin stitch,
Yeah.
yes. I just made some a little bit longer, and then I want it to look like petals.
That's a lot of French knots there,
Oh,
my
yeah, it
friend.
was. It was.
But how beautiful is
Yeah,
that?
it's gonna be
Now,
really fun.
Kyle, let's talk for just a moment real quick. Here you're doing hand embroidery, but you have an embroidery machine, and you love that embroidery machine. What takes you back to handwork?
Because we've got some in the store now, and now I want to do it. And this is a grab and go.
Exactly.
Grab
it's
and go.
Portable, right?
Yes. And look at, this has a zipper already in it.
Yes, you gotta love that.
Yes.
Gotta love that. So these are some really easy, fast patterns that you can do with hand embroidery. It might be a really good opportunity to even teach a younger person in your home or in your life about hand embroidery. I think that would be pretty cool.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. If you
Exactly.
see my lines that I stitched around the seed packets,
Yeah.
they're not perfect, but it didn't matter.
Now let's talk about something else that's kind of an
I
added
think kids
element
would
of fun.
love this.
Is let's take this one step further, because these are all outlines. Let's take a look at what I did here. Take crayons and just color in. So see how on this yellow little flower
Regular
here.
crayons.
Regular crayons. Here we go. Let's see. On this one I had yellow and orange.
Did you fill it in with the white first?
You know what? I did with white on some of them, and then I thought, why am I doing that?
Yeah,
it really
that's how I
didn't-
figure.
It didn't
But
make
did you color
that
it
much
before
of
or
a
after you
difference.
stitched it?
I colored after I stitched.
Yes.
And actually, the nice thing about coloring it after you stitch is those stitch lines kind of create a barrier. And then I took orange, and I just
Shade
kind of did some shading. Boy, does this take us back to our toll painting days,
Oh,
my
yeah.
friend, right? Yes. And so by doing that, you get some added dimension here and texture.
That would be so fun to embroider it for your
It would.
grandkids and then let them color.
Exactly. So this is the carrot. You can see the seed packet of the carrot on one side, and then on the other side I just made it because I couldn't decide. I just
This would be
liked them
fun
all.
to do on some clothes for a baby,
You
do a
could
dinosaur or
definitely do
something.
that. Here's
Oh, this is a
the
hand
one
stitching.
that is hand stitching, and you can see all those lazy daisies that
And I
Kyle
did them pretty
here.
loose.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really cute. And I like that you did a running stitch around it. Here's my tomato seed packet. And again, you can see that I shaded the coloring. This one
That
I
one's
thought turned out
cute.
kind of cute. This one, again, was the seed packet. But then I wanted those bigger, so I did this on that side.
And you
that
designed
becomes
the
seed.
embroidery? That's with the machine.
Yes, that's on the machine.
You can definitely tell that
Yeah.
one's hand and one's on the machine.
And they're both beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea, again, behind this is something simple, fast, easy that you can turn around in no time at all. And we have it for both sewing and machine embroidery, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. But yes, if you want to set that crayon, you are correct, Mary Ann. What you do is you take a piece of a paper towel, just place it over top of your crayon and take an iron to it. The iron is going to kind of soak up some of the excess wax, and then it heat sets into your project.
It sets
so
it
kind
a
of
little
fun.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so all right, we hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and we're ready to move on to theme number 3. All right, so theme number 3. First off, if you would like to purchase this pattern, it's available and it's on sale today. The regular price is $12.99 and it's on sale for $8.99. And I think we have a few pictures to be able to show of that as well.
And
so
it's
here we
all
go.
the flowers and the...
Yes, you're going to receive the 8 patterns for hand embroidery as well as machine embroidery. So no matter whether you hand embroider or machine embroider, all the files are included in one big pattern. Okay, and
nice.
Again, for those of you who machine embroider, all you need is a 4x4 hoop.
Yes,
so
I love 4x4.
Very easy to do. You can see how, because I boxed out those seams a little bit on that one, we put some little plants on there inside. So kind of a fun little gift to give to someone.
What a great little friend gift.
A great friend gift, a nice little decor on a shelf or like on a 3-tiered tray, you know, something like that. So really fun. Someone asked if we used white crayon first. You certainly could. I did on my first one because that's what I had always learned in the past. Yeah, if you follow the rules, that's what you do. But no, Then I was like, you know what, I'm going to try this without the white crayon. And I thought it looked just as cute.
Yeah, so, that's fine. I guess I think that the white crayon fills in more of the texture.
Perhaps, but I didn't find that to be the case. I was great with just the regular crayon. So, but it's totally up to you, right? So, no, this one is not found in the club, but it is on sale today. Again, just $8.99 for 8 designs.
That's pretty good.
So you gotta like that, right?
Really good, really good.
Yeah, so you can find it on our website. Now, if you would like the product that Kyle used in her handwork, just by printing off the pattern, you can find that on our website, and it's called Stick and Stitch. So
that way I don't have to put it up to the window and try and draw it.
So nice. Now you certainly could put it a window or a light box or your Caterpillar, right? But this one is something that you could just put in your printer and be able to just stick on and use it right away.
You're ready to go.
This is an awesome product. We love it for hand embroidery, and you can find it on our website.
And also the Kimberbell cinch bags?
The Kimberbell cinch sacks are also 20% off today, so you can check that out at our website as well.
Good job.
And there's 2 that come in a package, so it's great.
You can do one for a friend and one for yourself.
Exactly. There you go. All right. Let's see. Anything else that we need to share, Kyle?
Not that I could think of. Just rewatch that video each day, and you're going to learn so much.
Yes,
with
definitely.
Anderson, with Mark.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So just know that we have new episodes all this week. Again, we have some great garden-themed projects for you, as well as we're going to continue the conversation with Mark Anderson from Anderson Seed as he shares with us, I believe tomorrow he's talking about your hanging flower baskets.
Yes.
And
mine looks so good.
Oh, he had the best advice for that. So definitely you don't want to miss that.
I've already filled up my jug once.
Have you?
Went
Nice
back
job,
and did it.
Kyle. That was so much fun. We need to do that again. Yes, would this stuff stick to felt? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what you used
That's
on
what's on here.
That
Yeah,
there.
it's still on
stuck
there.
Great. Yes.
I
for
just
sure.
washed that off when I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we forgot to mention.
Yeah, we
you
did.
just wash it off.
Yeah, just run it under some warm
Exactly.
water or whatever water and just rub gently.
Yeah.
You don't have to scrub or anything. It just comes right off.
All right. Okay, friends. Well, that is all for us today. Thank you so much for spending some time with Kyle and I. So grateful. We're always grateful when you join us. Whether you can do so live or you watch later, we're incredibly grateful for that. So, all right. Have a great rest of your day, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.